Warfare, in the past century, has gone through multiple revolutions, each one bringing a new, horrifying potential way for society to end. The world-ending power of the nuclear age remains only matched today by the society-ending impact of cyber warfare. In the midst of the Second World War, several countries raced towards the nuclear bomb in an effort to end the war. From the Eurovine in Germany to the American Manhattan Project, the modern world spent millions to be the first to obtain nuclear offensive capabilities. In the modern era, countries have become increasingly connected with the internet in every part of their integral systems. Cyber warfare has the potential to damage these wide-ranging systems interwoven through all branches of governments. This encourages many powers to pursue this weapon, much in the same way that they pursued nuclear power decades earlier. The American nuclear program specifically took drastic measures to uphold the utmost secrecy. In the creation of the first nuclear weapon, no one in the production line was told what the final product was. Despite the many people involved, few people actually knew the true intentions of the United States government and the nuclear bomb. The debilitating and dangerous nature of cyber warfare requires it to be hidden from other nations, as development would show signs of potential aggression. Many operations also utilize anonymous features to keep the users hidden, keeping the architects of such programs in the dark from public view. This demonstrates a modern version of the mid-century secrecy surrounding the nuclear programs. Nuclear power is feared for its destructive potential. Modern nuclear arsenals have the capability to level dense urban areas and irradiate regions for decades. Even the earlier Tsar bombs in the 1960s could shatter windows for miles and be heard even further. A BBC report claimed that a mere 100 modern nuclear weapons could completely destabilize the planet and society. Cyber attack is the complete elimination of communication networks and electronic systems across the affected continent. The economic loss is equivalent or greater than that of a nuclear bomb, as it would also act to destabilize social infrastructure directly instead of physically. The effects of a nuclear weapon are almost entirely physical. The blast radius destroys thousands of buildings and kills all those inside. The following radiation makes the affected land unlivable and irradiated. In this sense, it is conventional warfare, such as the bomb, taken to an absolute extreme. Cyber warfare, initially, has no physical damages. Online infrastructure is manipulated and attacked. Any target online, not directly tangible, can be damaged. Even corporate entities, such as the food company Mondelez, can be economically drained by cybercriminal attacks, as they did in early 2019, and no physical evidence can point to one entity being entirely responsible. This demonstrates unconventional warfare in the modern era. A shutdown of economic systems would cause everlasting effects on the world market, much in the same way depressions do. The result would show not only in money, but radical reactionary groups in politics responding to such economic downturns. Cyber warfare, while not physical, is certainly not overshadowed in terms of potential changes. According to the Brookings Institute, the Manhattan Project's total cost was $21 billion in modern currency. This level of expenditure on a single weapon type demonstrates a high level of importance placed on these tools, and a willingness by the developing states to spend it. The exact cost of current cyber warfare operations, as many are actively ongoing or being developed. Though the United States Department of Defense issuing concerns and expanding their own cybersecurity potential shows that a sizable military budget has been granted towards this issue. Backed by massive funding, the money behind nuclear power propelled the American atomic age in a way no other era had seen in terms of progress. By 1961, the Soviet Union and the United States possessed bombs larger in blast radius by the orders of magnitude to bombs used on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, not 20 years earlier. The pace of technology mirrors that of cyber warfare. Specifically, Moore's Law reflects how quickly this technology can develop, by stating that the speed and capability of modern technology doubles itself every 2 years. This leads to modern tech outpacing itself immensely, even within 1 decade. The world-ending capability of nuclear weapons is exactly what kept them from becoming conventional weapons of war. If one nation used them, another nation would retaliate against them, setting off a chain reaction that would entirely annihilate all participants, keeping all combatants from going nuclear under the confines of mutually assured destruction. The same principle applies to the realm of technology. in which if one nation utilizes cyber warfare by shutting down power grids and general internet access, the others will follow. The fear of shutdown keeps nations in line and limits them to anonymous attempts through proxies, most typically carried out by Russia. One byproduct of fervent nuclear development is the proliferation of atomic power. Nuclear power plants inspired generations of scientists towards cleaner energy. The craze of atomic power also sparked creativity in many inventors as they attempted to incorporate it into all aspects of modern life. For example, the nuclear car. The bright side of increased cyber warfare is widespread vigilance and concern over the issue. Companies often employ white hat hackers to expose vulnerabilities in their own systems to increase their security. While the potential is there for harm to be done, the increased awareness is an immense benefit for society entering the information age. The parallels present between the mid-20th century of American weapon manufacturing and modern cyber weapon development are uncanny in scope, development, and effect. Both are born from an intent to do harm and have created positive effects in spite of this fact.